Welcome back to another episode of ZS Garage. In this episode, we're going to start messing with this 2001 Jeep Cherokee. Now I recently got this in a trade deal. If you remember, I had a set of Jeep axles that I was going to put under the wagon that ultimately I decided not to use. Now I put those for sale up on Facebook, and a guy reached out and said, "Hey, I have an entire Jeep I'll give you for those axles." I said, "Cool." Now, I don't know anything about this Jeep. I don't know if the engine's locked up. I really have no information on it other than it's been wrecked on the other side. So today we're going to see if we can get this thing to start and see if anything in the drivetrain is worth keeping. Before we get started, let's go ahead and do a quick little walk around so you guys can see the shape that this Jeep's in. So as we can see, the driver's side's in pretty good shape. The rear of the Jeep is also pretty good. And then we come around to this side and, well, things start going a little bit south. So he told me the front end got damaged, and apparently the mount for that front axle has been ripped off. So I believe that that would be the one that got tore off of the other side. Now the interior is in pretty good shape. There's a lot of really good usable parts for this Jeep. I'm guessing someone was going to do something with this Jeep and change their mind. Maybe the guy I got it from. I don't know. Maybe he was going to make it a woods toy and found out it just wasn't worth his time. Ooh, an Arby's wrapper. Went ahead and brought the battery from the wagon. I figure it should get close to fitting. We'll see. Yeah, okay, that doesn't sound too happy, does it? Let's see. No battery box. What are you supposed to hook up to? Hopefully nothing important. No. Well, let's see if that works. What is going on there? Well, let's see if we can get those to tighten up good. I doubt it. You know, something's dinging. That one's a little bit less happy. Well, we lost whatever connection we had. Probably should have brought terminal cleaner. That wouldn't have been a bad idea. Judging by the condition of everything under this hood, I'm going to say this thing probably sat for quite some time. We'll see what happens. Well, I tried to do more that time than last time. Now all I'm trying to do is freshen up this lead, get a better connection. Suppose I ought to check the oil. Yep. Got some of that in there. Has it got any shifting juices? They don't look good, but there's juices in there. It looks like engine oil in the transmission. Huh. Well, it definitely cranks. And this is a new jump pack. That shows us having 12.9. Don't hear a fuel pump. showing low fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and guess if the fuel pump is running, it ain't got no gas in it. No, that's not even. What's the point of this even being there? It ain't hooked up to nothing. We'll just. I'll give it a little more. Yeah, well, a little more. It's gonna be loud. Oh, that didn't sound too good, did it? What you guys may have been able to deduce is there's no exhaust on this. There's an exhaust manifold. However, there is no downpipe. There's no after the downpipe. There's no muffler. There's no cats. So obviously it's noisy. The upside is I can hear the engine running. For that brief little snippet, you heard it kind of idle a little bit. And it sounded smooth, albeit very noisy. And for our purposes, realistically, that's plenty. Because we're not trying to fix this Jeep. Now that we know it runs, the game plan is going to be to pull this engine. We'll probably go ahead and keep the trans and the transfer case, even though I can't test them. I'm not going to go through the effort of replacing a fuel pump and all of that just to make sure that the trans and everything in this Jeep works. It's pretty easy to put a trans in and out of the wagon. So we can easily hook this transmission up, see what it does, and if it doesn't work, just pull it right back out. I'm by myself, so I can't really have anyone sit over here and keep on giving it the while I try and jam it into a gear. So we'll go ahead and pull all the wiring out. The system on the wagon right now is OBD1. It's out of a 95 Grand Cherokee running a 94 Cherokee computer, because the Grand Cherokees have a security system. And I didn't find a way to bypass it, so I just went ahead and put a XJ Cherokee computer in it. But this one will allow us to go to an OBD2 setup, which is pretty exciting. And looking at it, this is the only butchered piece of wiring I can see. But the rest of the wiring looks complete and it looks solid. So I would say that before the last guy had it, this thing was probably just a daily driver. Doesn't look like it was beat on by anybody. Not yet anyways, other than the, smash. We know we're going to take all the drivetrain. We're also going to take the shift assemblies for the four-wheel drive and the transmission, because the Eagle has an air-actuated four-wheel drive and it only had four-wheel drive high. And obviously we'll be having a four-wheel drive low now, so we'll have to come up with a linkage setup for that. And I figure why not go ahead and use the shifters out of this. Not bad, brand new jump pack. I'm pretty happy with that. Now granted, jump starting a Jeep doesn't really take a whole lot. I'll be interested to see when something bigger needs a jump. Like, well, you guys can't see it, but the Duramax. It needs all the juice. That went a little bit easier than I thought it might. I kind of expected to spend a lot more time trying to get this thing to run, being that it got smashed on the front end. Now we do know the engine runs, and it sounds pretty good even though it is really loud without that exhaust. Now at that point, I've learned everything that I need to know on this Jeep because it's meant for parts. I'm pulling the drivetrain, a friend's pulling body panels, and that's really about it. From there, we'll scrap the shell or find someone else that needs some parts and send it on to them so they can use it as well. Now I'm not sure if I'll make a video on the teardown of this Jeep because I'm not sure if it's something people are interested in. If you are interested in seeing that kind of content, maybe leave a comment below in the comment section, and if I see enough that say they want to see it, I'll go ahead and make a video on that too. But for now, that's going to be it on this little Jeep. Thank you for tuning in. If you like the content, be sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you next time.